Merry Christmas, y'all. It's the kid with the sick withdrawal symptoms and vicious claws and the biggest balls. Yo, the demon is here. I'm scheming this year. I'm begging y'all, please interfere. So when you see me on your block with 2 Glocks screaming fuck the world like Tupac, I just don't give a fuck. Talking that shit behind my back, dirty Mac, and telling your boys that I'm on crack. I just don't give a fuck. So put my tape bag on a rack. Go run and tell your friends my shit is whack. I just don't give a fuck. So, I want to tell y'all Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And you know what else? I want to tell y'all that basically something I've been wanting to tell my fan base, if I even got a fucking fan base, which I probably don't. But I'll be murdering shit when I get behind the booth. When I get in that Mike, I said it backward. Fuck. I don't give a shit. I just don't give a fuck. Because what I really want to tell y'all is I am a Christian. Okay? What? No. Yes. Yes. You know why? Because I'm very imperfect. Very imperfect. And I believe that Christ came so we can have life. Because we're not capable. We're not capable, man. Like, these Christians now, man, they just think they're so holier than thou. Right? Stop it. Stop it. Y'all got skeletons in your closet. You know why? Because you're human. I will not be an artist making music, talking from the standpoint of the human condition, and tell the story nicely. Tone it down. Edit it. Right? I won't do that. I won't do that. I am a Christian. I am a rapper who is a Christian. Okay? I am not a Christian rapper. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. Okay? You could not play my music, more than likely, in or before a Sunday service. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But me as the artist portraying the human condition, I'm going to let the demons loose. I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to let the demons loose. I'm going to let my light shine. That's something I'm working on in my music. I want to let my light shine. And because I am the embodiment of the light and the darkness. I will not become prideful like some of these Christians and pretend that I am a holy creature. Maybe one day I'll get to that point where I'll start feeling that way. It's not right now. It's not right now. Okay? It's not right now because I be slipping. I be coping. I be going through it. I be clinging on to the wrong things. How do you live in the world and not of the world is the ultimate question of the Christian. And do not act like you got it figured out. Do not. Do not. Okay, maybe you do. Unlikely. 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 Okay? So, shout out to EMINEM, the motherfucking GOAT. Okay? I'm sorry, if you don't think EMINEM is the GOAT, you might be a little confused. This motherfucker got it all, man. Like, the way he became the technical legend and grand wizard wordsmith that he is today after the shit he went through picking himself up off the floor. Literally. Man was OD'd on the fucking floor. Like, stop trying to disrespect this man's legacy. He was the greatest. He fell down. He picked his ass back up. Twice, EMINEM. He overcame poverty. He overcame racial biases. Then he overcame addiction. And you got the fucking nerve to talk shit on Eminem? Fuck out of here. I ain't hearing that. I ain't hearing that. He's in your top 5. I respect it. If you got him any lower, you're a fucking like, fuck, man. The fuck are you thinking? Like the discography. How do you have 3 legendary albums in the prime of Eminem and then you come back and become better? Technically. Okay, maybe you don't like his newer music. But technically, he is better now. Like, he be putting 8 fucking syllable schemes together. He be doing songs, line for line, double entendres. Who the fuck is doing that? Nobody. Nobody's doing that. I couldn't in my wildest dreams do that. And I consider myself a lyrical assassin. When I really put my mind to it. Man, there's going to be some shit that I'm dropping. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And I might just let the demons loose a little bit. And let them play a little bit. And I hope that I'm not judged in a certain kind of way. Because I do that. And I choose to do that. Because I am not ashamed as a sinner. To some degree, maybe I am. To some degree. But the reality is that we're all sinners. And this is God's plan. This is God's plan for us to be sinners. Or it wouldn't have happened. Anything that unfolds under the earth is ordained by the highest power. You understand? Read the book of Job. If you're a Christian and you doubt what I'm saying. Okay? So, basically, this next album that I'm going to aspire to make, because my first mixtape I didn't even come out and make. So, obviously, I'm a failure, and I let y'all down. Why? You know, you want to know why? Because I've been caught up. I've been caught up chasing a bitch for 7 fucking years. So, understand, to become a staple in hip-hop or as a songwriter in the industry, you have to sell out. You have to sell out your soul. You have to motherfucker. Like, I'm serious. The discipline it takes is more than you know. More than you know. Or the sacrifices, the disciplines. It's all about that. And I'm starting to discover that. And if I can really hone in and lock in, the whole motherfucking game is in trouble. Because I got that kind of potential and I got that kind of belief in myself. I'm going to let it be known right now. If I ever lock in, y'all are fucked. Y'all are fucked. And frankly, I feel like the game has been hijacked. I feel like the game has been hijacked. Basically, a lot of rappers, you can buy your way into a following nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But we won't get into that. I don't want to go down that fucking road, man. I don't want to go down that fucking road. Who the fuck is spitting some real shit? Who the fuck is spitting some cultural shit that's actually going to do some good? Who the fuck is actually spitting bars that are like enlightening or mind-boggling? Like, you know what I mean? Y'all be listening to some bullshit, man. Y'all be listening to some bullshit. But really what it boils down to, I think, is that when Eminem said, "I just don't give a fuck," it's not that he's a terrible person. It's not that he's a terrible person. Do y'all think Eminem is a terrible person? A lot of Christians out there probably say yes. They probably say yes. I mean, on his last album, he got a lot of flack. You know, he had the song with the goat, whatever, and Lucifer and the Antichrist. That's old satanic shit. That's satanic shit. I was concerned about Eminem. That's my man. That's my boy. That's the man I look up to. Okay? As a rapper, that's the highest standard to me. And I just think, yeah, I'm a stand. Okay? I'm a stand. You got me. You got me. So, I just think Eminem, a lot of his fan base thinks he's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty good guy. Why? Because he's humble. Because he raises daughters. Because he stands on business. Because he stands up for those who were there and lifted him up. Like, he got integrity, right? There's certain reasons people respect Eminem beyond just his capabilities as an MC. And that's something I look at. And that's something I study as well as the technical side of Eminem. And I think when he said, I just don't give a fuck, and when he was throwing his cares away, right? He was at that stage where he wanted, and it was a dangerous place to be in. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Eminem could have OD'd, died, went straight to hell. For all I know. I'm not God. I don't make the final call. Okay? But he was living dangerously. A little bit. He was living recklessly. We'll put it that way. So, I think that what he really was saying, though, by saying I don't give a fuck and letting go, was I'm going to let the demon out. I'm going to let the demon, like the death of Slim Shady, he even admitted that Slim Shady is a demon. He straight up said to you that Slim Shady is a demon. So, you're going to let the demon out. At some point, you got to let the light out. There's got to be a balance there. And as an artist, that's something that I'm heavily contemplating with my work. As a vessel for the art connecting to the source. Right? If you understand that, you're in a whole different frequency. If you don't understand that, oh gosh, do I got time for this? So, it is my belief that pretty much higher entities will give out knowledge and even technology. Where do you think fucking these crazy inventions come from? You think there's nothing spiritual about it? I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're wrong. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know. But it's almost like there's an outside source you can tap into with a certain frequency, right? As an artist, I understand this. I can't have so much noise around me. I can't have so much static fucking up that frequency. Because when I really hone in, it's a delicate thing. It's a delicate thing. And that's why I know if I was to become a great, it would take great sacrifice. Great sacrifice. And I look at Eminem and I see that. I see that with what he sacrificed. What did he lose? On the path to get where he is now. He lost a lot. Whether that was by design or by God's will or whatever, I can recognize that sacrifice. And part of it being with a family and a woman, like, you really gonna have time when you're really locked in to focus on that? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't know if I'll ever lock in, because if the cost is loneliness, I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to sell my soul. If the cost is all my time, all my energy, that's pretty much right there, selling your soul. And I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can ever full on lock in like that. because I feel like it might require me to say, fuck everything out here. Fuck everything out here. You know what I mean? I'm rambling, but that's why I got on this motherfucker, was to ramble. So, and tell y'all Merry Christmas. Like, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Lord, for the sacrifice of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ, He was what I cannot be. What I cannot be. And what you cannot be. Perfection. Holiness. No sinful nature. Desire action. Desire action. I don't know why more rappers don't talk about spirituality. I'm not afraid to. I'm not afraid to, because let me break that down for you. It really comes down to discipline, which is just what we're talking about. Okay? If you don't have the discipline to follow that or not follow that, it'll make or break you. It'll make or break you. Quite frankly. As an artist, as a man with ambition in any field. You know? Just dropping profound truths. Profound truths on you. So, back to what that means. I am a rapper who's Christian, but I'm not a Christian rapper. I want you to know I'm putting up the good fight. Okay? The demons are shining through. I need the light to shine through. And I need understanding and grace from others to understand that pretty much, you know, what I do on the mic is an art. It's an art form. Okay? And it's an outlet. And it's a technical crossword puzzle that I'm playing with. And everything I say on the record is not literal. Some of it is metaphoric. You know, if I say I'm killing shit, I'm beating you up, I'm killing you. That doesn't mean physically. That means lyrically. You know, that's just what it is. I never made any claim about street cred, gangster affiliations, none of that. When I say some gangster ass shit, just know I'm flexing my pen. I'm flexing my pen, and that might be something that the competition can't keep up with. So, I don't know. I just could never picture myself being a gospel rapper, you know. And I just wanted to talk about this for a while now. And as a lyrical rapper, I like to play with syllables. Okay, I like to play and match things up. And to me, cuss words, shout out to EMINEM, bro. Fucking Stan Nation. So, EMINEM had this lyric one time where he said, 4-letter words are more better heard. I force-fed a turd to the world. You're getting yours? Yeah. But anyway, it's the truth. Okay, 4-letter words are more better heard. And that's because of the rage, the emotion they can evoke, the energy that they bring to the table. I consider that as a lyricist valuable. I consider 1-syllable words with with those vowel sounds, right? Whatever it is, A, I, E, whatever. So I consider that valuable as something I can insert into schemes, into patterns, as a lyricist. And I'm just not ready to let that go and go up, B, and F. So, I mean, I'm trying to figure out where I want to be as an artist. And I think I have a pretty good idea in terms of lyricism. But maybe not in terms of style and in terms of boundaries, in terms of message. I want to be careful. I want to be a little bit more careful, but I don't want to be afraid to be sporadic either, if that makes sense. Like I said, man, I'm not going to censor the human condition. I will not do that. I will not do that. So I might go through dark phases. I might go through better phases. I might have some stuff that is in the vault that I've been wanting to release for 5-6 years. And if that's going to pretty much sum up how I felt back then, I'm going to let it out. I'm going to let it out. I'm going to be sincere. I'm going to be real. As long as the shit is real. I ain't putting out no fake shit. If I talk my shit, which I will talk my shit, and tear up some lyrical schemes, some of it might be metaphoric. I want you to understand that. And some of it might be very sincere. And on the listener, that's on you to understand and pick that apart and really digest it. But it's on me to have integrity as the artist and to not stretch that line too thin either. And I acknowledge that. So I just want to vow to the listener that I will be conscious of that. I will be a conscious artist. Always. If I say some fucked up shit, I say some fucked up shit. And typically I will acknowledge it. But if it's perverse, understand that I probably just view that as human nature. Human nature, because I'm a human jumping on the page. And I don't know. Maybe one day I will grow to the point where I'm more sexually mature. To the point where, maybe not even sexually mature. Maybe it's more like sexually numb. Really. But right now, I am in the prime of life. I'm horny as a motherfucker. 95% of the time still. And for me to act like that's not a part of the essence of my being is a straight fucking lie to you. And I'm not going to lie to you. That's just what it is. So if I can harness that and put the reins on that and figure that out in the future, maybe those little perverse bars won't slip out of me. But I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. What is in my soul, the dark and the light that is in there, is going to be on the page. And it's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war. And I really want to be conscious and mindful to the point where I'm not losing that war entirely. I don't want that to happen either. I want to have a positive influence and effect on the listeners. If anybody listens to me. But sometimes, man, it's a journey. It's a journey. So I just want to be sincere, and I just want the listener to know I'm trying to be sincere. I am not perfect. I am not the role model to follow. I'm trying to figure this shit out, respectfully. And I just had to get that off my chest. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope you'll be hearing from me real soon. I believe I'll have a new track out within a few months at the most. Alright, peace out. Thank you.